Have you ever heard of Miss Rachel, dude, or no?
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna look it up now.
so it's
To
just
educate.
yeah, she's a social worker that happened to become she's super internet famous, and she teaches kids stuff for free on YouTube. She makes millions and millions and millions of dollars, and kids love it. It's educational content. But recently, she come out, Spence. People are turning on her because she did a video with a young amputated girl that was blown up in Gaza. And so she did a little video, and she says, "I'm just for the kids. I'm for humanity.
Dude,
I'm for
my,
humanity.
my granddaughter
I'm for the babies." How can you be against the babies? The babies are innocent. He talked about this earlier. The kids are innocent. I was innocent. He said he was innocent. As kids, we are all very precious things. And then the world turns us. We become angry, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So it's interesting the world even turns on someone like her, a white individual, as being like this horrible anti-Semite and all this now, just for trying to make sure that we're not blowing up babies. It's interesting.
Mr. Rogers was alive today, he'd also be hated
He'd be
because
hated.
he did a lot of social things that people were like, "What?" So,
Yeah,
It's
I
amazing
do know this person.
how
I've
we
seen
hate
her.
people.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I mean, but that's and that's the unfortunate thing. That's where we're at right now. But it's coming from the top down. I mean, if our leaders of as far as authority that are running the United States are hating people, then that's going to trickle down to everybody else. Unfortunately, we can't allow that to happen.
Yes. I was quiet, but I was definitely agreeing to you 100%. We teach this hate or disdainment for our fellow humans. We teach empathy as a curse. We teach that you talked about earlier, crying, or right, being happy or grateful, right? This big empathy, this big emotion is weakness. How's it weakness? It's strength. You reading will be looked down upon and getting educated, right? Just because you've been in prison, right? People will shit on this. People will shit on this podcast. Even though we're trying to help and promote you, the community, to help people out in there, art, reading. We're talking about magnificent things, and people will say horrible things about this. Or they'll say we're ignorant or we're dumb ourselves. It's guaranteed to happen. Like you said, if you're not doing something and people's not hating on you, you're not doing it right. It's just amazing on how the world is, though. You try to do something good and they still shit on you. So
Bad news travels faster than good news. It's
correct.
gossip.
Correct. So I want to pivot on something. So you have this wound or scar, or let's say this scarlet letter on you, which is incarceration and all that other stuff. You talked about wearing some of these things as a badge of honor. How does one go about wearing this as a badge of honor, right? This is something that people normally are ashamed of, right? And they don't reform, blah, blah, blah. The world looks at you a certain way. How do you wear this as a badge of honor to go in the community and help out? Isn't there like shame of all the sins that you've committed?
Not necessarily. It shows that I've been through some stuff and I overcame. I mean, if you've never really had a test, how can you give a testimony? I mean, these are the better stories. I mean, because I walk in some places, man, and I'm probably the less educated, the less money, but yet I get treated as if I'm one of the people that's actually in there to try to do something positive. People flock to these good stories because if you don't have no story to tell, then hey, how can people feel like they can relate with you? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Or how much you've been through.
Right.
They want to
And I
know,
remember,
what do you
hmm
have in common with me? Not more than just
hmm
you look like me, but can I be
I,
you?
hmm
Right?
What have you overcome?
What have you overcome? Question.
Hmm
Now I'll kick it back to Spence. If you were a little boy right now talking to you, would you be proud? Would you be like, I fucking love this guy. This guy's doing this all. Would you be proud of you right now as a little kid? Would you look up to this man that you are now? Yeah.
Me or Spence?
No, you. Spence, his little kid probably
Of
bang. This guy's
course,
a piece
man.
of shit.
yeah, he's already ashamed of me. It's fine.
Yeah,
Of
dude.
course, man. I'm gladder about the what I'm becoming versus who I was, man. And I'm glad I don't look like what I went through. I mean, I feel like the roads that grew into concrete, man. Something that Tupac said, man. Uh, he did a bunch of great work in a short amount of time, man. And
That's why they killed him.
Right. I get to see, I get to look back, man, and I see some of my brothers and sisters that are really messed up, man, through mental health. Some have passed, some are in wheelchairs, and it's a sad situation, man. And I don't look down on them like even like today, matter of fact, I'll go grab a bunch of donuts from this bakery, and if I see a little homeless encampment, I'm pulling over and I'm like, "Hey, man, have y'all had something to eat today?" And I'll pass them out to them, man. And a lot of that stuff goes behind the scenes, and nobody sees that side of stuff. And I don't. How can we help these other human beings, man? I don't care what their living situation is. How can we help them?
Why you? Why is it you to help? Why is it you? Why have you taken on the role?
Why not?
Perfect answer.
Why not? So much is given, much is expected. I'm too blessed to be stressed.
He sounds like Coach Prime sometimes. You know you sound like Coach Prime, right? You know you sound like Deion Sanders sometimes, right, brother?
He got the glasses too. I've seen him in the glasses. He's just like, all right, young boy, let's go.
Go ahead, Spence.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've had all my questions, but please tell us, where can people help support? Where can people find you on the socials, things like that? Yeah, let us know.
So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. I do a little bit of TikTok and Marquise Bowie, Brother Bowie. Uh, you can get my book on Amazon if you're out of town. If you're in Minnesota, you can pull up on 38th for Chicago. I'm actually doing a book signing on Saturday from 2 to 5 on 3741 Chicago. I have some food over there. This lady that I cater from, she got some nice chicken fried rice and probably gonna have some donuts and some other little snacks. And I'm gonna be with my daughters, man, helping them. One of my daughters wants some community service, so this is a way that she can take this letter back to her school, show some community service that she's doing. And for me to go see her this year and pick her up, and she had a creative writing class uh, poster on her wall showing that she's doing something that her dad is doing. Is that's man, that's it right there. You get to hang out with them, man. That's the beauty in that, man.
We will make sure to promote you as much as we can. Spencer's going to tag you on a bunch of stuff. I'm going to tag you websites, your book, blah blah blah. We're gonna do our best to promote this, but also the community.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you this. The Minnesota Agape Movement, man, this is our logo for that. We're out here transforming street energy into community energy, man, and just being the ambassadors, man, of the community, man. It's important that we do it because in the neighborhood where we're at, ain't nobody gonna change it but the people that are there, man,
Facts.
that are really there. We're not chasing money, and we haven't been having a contract for maybe 3 years, man, but through collectively working our 9 to 5s, man, me and three other people actually pay like $2,000 a month for the rent, so we can still be a visible force in the George Ford Square. So some of us got 2, 3 jobs, man, just to help pay rent apart from our, own places where we live at.
Yep.
That's the crazy part.
What would you say? Appreciation for that. What would you say to anyone struggling, Black, brown, Hispanic, folks in your neighborhood, whatever it is? Who would you say to anyone struggling? What would be your thing to tell anyone struggling to exist, to live, to stay educated, they're doubting themselves? I got people that are going to be listening to this, brother, that are thinking about suicide daily. What would be your word of advice to the people that listen to us, just from you? You as a person, you as a man, what would be your advice to them today?
I mean, whatever situation you might find yourself in, man, it's only a temporary situation for the most part, and this too shall pass, man. And I remember talking to one of the guys in prison, man, and he gave me the definition of humility, and it wasn't thinking less of yourself; it was thinking of yourself less. True definition of humility is not thinking less of yourself, but just thinking of yourself less. And
Love
to
it.
just be grateful, man. I'm a grateful individual, man. I don't I sometimes I'll be confused of how I'm not negative, but hey, by the grace of God, man, I get to do something I really like. I've met some wonderful people, man, and I thank you guys for allowing me to be on these platforms because most of my platforms was uh, arrested, mugshot type stuff. So
Well, you might get arrested after this too. Now, you said some black stuff. I said some Palestinian stuff. This ain't looking good. You got a weapon and shit. So,
and I'm part white, so I just get away with it.
Oh, you
I'm just like, see you later.
Yeah.
It can't be nothing to me than what's already been done. And just, I remember Dave Chappelle said something like that, man. I got a chance to meet some people like Dave Chappelle, man. And he walked and talked with us, man. And what's happening on 38th Chicago is basically do the right thing all over again. Spike Lee joint. Just to throw a movie in there, man. And to meet people like him that were big Prince fans, man. And not they just came and took a picture and left, but they walked and talked with us for like hours, bro. And I wish they would have done more as far as bought something for the community, but they came and blessed us with their presence, man. And you get to have the community around people like this, because some of the people that I grew up with, I ain't never gonna see nobody like that, man. So for us to get to meet people like the Spike Lees, Dave Chappelle, were kind of two of the good dudes, man, that I've met. Even like a Jesse Jackson, and a lot of the George Floyd family, man. Some of the brothers that his brothers, man, they were some real down to earth type people, man. And I can't imagine losing my loved one in front of the world and having to grieve and having to talk about that almost every day. And anywhere you go, somebody's going to recognize you. I'm not at that yet, but I do have a lot of the students that little brothers and sisters see me when they come to the games. They be like, "I want to play on your flag football team," and I'm like, "Okay, got a year, 6th grade, and hey, 9th grade, I got you."
He's like, riddle me this, and then gives them a riddle. Like, what the hell? Are you some troll? Jesus.
Only way you get on the team.
Only way you got a team and a donut. You gotta answer me a fucking riddle.
You gotta start recruiting them early, man.
Facts. You gotta get them thinking.
Yeah.
Gotta get them thinking, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Love everything that you're doing. Love that you were able to change your life. I know it's extremely hard. Maybe it was easy for you, but I know it's hard for a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters too. Takes a lot. I know my dad had troubles, this and that, and we had some extremely tough years, and it's just hard for a lot of families. So thank you for doing your thing and doing good for your kids. Much appreciation, much love to you and your family.
Man, Joel and B told us to trust the process, man, and I'm trusting the process. I'm not cutting corners, man, and everything's been working out. Of course, I don't have the finances that I would love, and I don't have the car and all that, but it's working out, man. I don't want for nothing, man. I got everything that I need and most of the stuff that I want, so it's gonna work itself out.
Hopefully, a little bit better than Joel and B's knees, but yeah, okay, yep.
Yeah.
And his back.
That process is over.
That process done been dead.
That process has been over for a couple of years now.
Whatever.
Anyways, yes, Marquise Bowie, husband, father, mentor, and also man can dress. He didn't think I was going to say anything, and also author too. But you know what? He can dress too. He didn't think I was going to say anything, but yeah. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop.